What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are talking about two different things. Number one, we're going to do a quick update on the Contagion Core event and talk about those points and what to expect for the rest of the event moving forward. Talk a little bit about what happened, how we managed to get it fixed, and yeah, just kind of break that down. But we're also going to be talking about Nakia. She should be coming here very soon. We got her email, or we got her mail a few days ago saying that she was coming to the game soon. We got notice last night the Black Panther 1 million was leaving the Red Star Orbs, so we can expect Nakia to go into offers here very soon, and we will probably get an update to her campaign event and what exactly is going on with that campaign event on Friday's blog post. We're gonna break that all down in today's video, so if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Let's dive into it. So let's start by talking about the Contagion Core. What's going on with the Contagion Core? And what happened in the behind the scenes with this? So we pretty much, this is if anybody ever asks what the point of the Envoy program is, just point them to this, because this was a colossal undertaking by Archangel and the Envoys to figure out what exactly was going on with this event, in that the math just didn't add up for what was going on here. The way the math originally worked was that you're gonna have to do 8 rotations a day and spend something like 600 cores on campaign energy refreshes every day to possibly max out the Contagion Core event to get the Panther pelt that you would need for Black Panther 1 Million's event. And that just was not going to work. Like, that's just not doable. It's very unfriendly to a lot of players. And yeah, it just wasn't going to work. So we basically talked to Archangel, and Archangel tracked down the event planner. And what happened was that there was a real miscalculation with math. There was some issues going on with math. Like, if you didn't know, Blitz has changed its payouts in that you don't get like 10 Blitz credits, you get like different amounts of Blitz credits. That's been a recent change, and I guess whoever was playing this event didn't calculate the average payouts per win with that new with the new system. And there was a real issue with math there, and that severely affected the Viral Visions web milestone, where in order to complete this, you had to get 36,000 points. It's obviously been since changed to 16,000, but pretty much between that and there wasn't a correct calculation on how many orb fragments we would get per campaign energy win. So we basically went to the event planner, realized what the disconnect was with the math and what was really happening. And what the event was always supposed to be was supposed to be an average of 4 Blitz rotations a day with 40 wins in each Blitz rotation, which we'll talk about that a little bit more, but also only 50 core refreshes of your energy, 4 of those each day. So 200 cores a day for energy refreshes and 4 Blitz rotations. That was the intention, and that was not at all what we got here. We got double that pretty much. We got 600 core refreshes, or 600 cores spent on refreshes for energy, and 8 Blitz rotations a day. So we went back to the event planner. Archangel was able to track him down. They got things fixed, and this is what's going on now. The Blitz, the Viral Visions milestone is now down to 16,000, which they've dropped it down quite a bit. So now if you do about 4 rotations a day, you should be able to finish out this milestone as long as you're keeping up with it along the way. And now, as long as you're also keeping up with your core refreshes on energy, you should be able to do 200 cores a day on energy refreshes, which is 4 times 50, and that should get you along the way to the Panther Pelt, plus the 5,000 free orb fragments we'll be getting along the way. So, yeah, this was a several-day event trying to figure out what was going on with the math, where the math went wrong, and yeah, shout out to Archangel for getting the event tracker, for getting him to figure out what's going on here, getting things fixed. And shout out to them, owning up to it and getting things fixed and making it so that players can actually finish this event. Now, obviously, math mistakes happen, crap happens, and it's a new system, so I'm willing to kind of overlook it for the most part. But now we know this for sure. Next time, now there's no excuse for them to mess up the Blitz thing in the future. And also, they're averaging 40 wins of Blitz rotation. That's a little unrealistic. I told them that you should probably calculate for 30 to 35. Maybe 35 at the most, but I would say 30 Blitz wins per rotation would be an optimal calculation for rotations in the future. But yeah, that's what's going on with Viral Visions. This has been fixed. This should now be much more achievable. And yeah, that's nice to have, and hopefully we don't run into this issue in the future. But also, I did tell them that it would be awesome if we knew the intention of these events beforehand as well, because if we had known days before the event went live, like in the blog post, if we had known that their intention was always to have us do 4 blitz rotations and only 4 energy refreshes with cores, we could have basically taken the map to them on Friday and said, hey, something doesn't add up here, what's going on? And we could have again started working on a fix for this over the weekend, if nothing else. And that's something I'm pushing for, is to get intent listed as well in these blog posts for what these events are supposed to be. So we'll figure that out here in the future. Hopefully they listen to the feedback with that and get things fixed a little bit more. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. But also, let's talk Nakia. Nakia should be coming here very, very soon. And if you are building up a Wakandan war team, this is a character you are going to have. She is pretty much going to be what allows the War Dog team to beat Darkhold, and especially with her passive. She brings very high damage to the team. And in fact, yeah, we can start by talking about that. Her damage is #1 overall in the game. I'm going to zoom in on that so you guys can see it. But yeah, Nakia, #1 in damage in the game, which is pretty crazy. She gets, what is it, 40% bonus damage? 30% bonus damage, which also, you should note, Black Panther 1 million, which is right down here at 12 in terms of damage. That damage boost with him would also take him up above Phyla-Vell and Star-Lord T'Challa inside of War. So he's gonna be able to do a ton of damage as well. I've talked pretty extensively about Black Panther 1 million in the past. He's like the Nick Fury of this Wakandan War Dog team, in that he's taking buffs, spraying to his whole team, and it's a pretty big deal. So Nakia, high damage, not so high health. You can see she's here at 101 in terms of health. And if you go and look at armor, for example, her armor is pretty low as well, down at 75. And then her focus up here at 9, which is pretty good. And then resist way down here at 64. However, you should note that you have other characters on the War Dog team that will be boosting stats. So she'll have bonus 30% armor and 50% resistance from Black Panther 1 million. Shuri also gives bonus max health and bonus max armor. So while those stats may look a little low, she should be okay. The big thing here to note is going to be focus and obviously her damage. But yeah, this focus is going to be pretty big because this is going to allow her basic to be able to clear positive effects. You can do the striker with this, which clears another 2 positive effects on the primary target. I think she's going to be a pretty good striker, especially when you go down and look at her passive. But yeah, her basic attacks the primary target for damage and it clears 2 positive effects. Chain to 2 adjacent targets, clear positive effects. Dodge will break this chain, and if any attack crits, gain +1 stealth up to a maximum of 5. Her T4 on this will allow her to chain to 3 adjacent targets. There's no damage boost on this T4, so you don't have to worry about her ISO attack gaining more damage with the T4. It's just chained to another target, and I'm not a big fan of worrying about the ISO attack for her too much. We have Striker on her for a different reason. Twin Rings clears all negative effects on self, attacks a primary target for 350% damage, and applies +1 disrupted. Gains 2 stealth up to a maximum of 5, and this attack cannot be blocked. On War Offense, clears taunt and immunity on the primary target before the attack, applies 2 disrupted instead, and the attack gains 500% bonus focus. And then on the T4 here, generates 1 ability energy for adjacent War Dog allies with the T4. Now, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have to figure out positioning with this because Nakia is the fastest of the War Dog characters. So we're going to have to figure out positioning with this once she goes live, and we'll get footage of the team in action and figure out how this is all going to work out. But this really seems like something where you're using this on Wong at the start of the fight. That way you get disrupted on him. But see, his taunt also transfers. So I'm not sure. Maybe this is something to do with stealth, but we got to have trauma. I can't remember. Do we have trauma on any of these characters? This is something we're going to have to figure out later on. Yeah, I don't think there's any trauma. So it's an odd ability. I'm trying to figure out because, yeah, maybe it's for I mean, they're using this team to beat Darkhold, but maybe this Disrupted and Clearing Taunt immunity will be useful for someone else. Maybe as like a Gamma counter, possibly. I don't know. That's something we're gonna have to figure out, but that's not enough bonus focus because Hulk gains 1,000% bonus resistance. Maybe this is for Gamma, and where you put Skirmisher on her and use this to clear taunt on Hulk, allows you to go after other characters. I don't know. We'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, clearing negative effects, attacking, applying disrupted. Yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Her ultimate is going to be from the shadows. Attacks a primary target for 230% damage. On War Offense, apply ability block for 2 turns to the primary target. This action gains 500% bonus focus. Rebound chain to 3 adjacent targets for 230% damage. And if this character has stealth, rebound chain to additional target per stealth. Each attack deals piercing damage instead and loses all stealth. This attack cannot be countered. And the T4 on this is 70% bonus damage on this. This ultimate is going to really this ultimate's going to shred. You know, that's a lot of damage, piercing damage inside of War. You use her basic use her special on this first turn. She gains bonus stealth with this. So you're going to get 2 additional chains from the shadows with the stealth. That's gonna be pretty gnarly. And I'm gonna be curious to see how this pans out, but yeah, this looks really, really good. I think this is gonna be pretty awesome. Yeah, nothing else to really say on that. That T4 really gonna be helpful. But also the ability block and bonus focus with this. Like, you know, Darkhold got a lot of bonus resistance and they have defense up. This is gonna let you to cut through that and apply ability block. So I don't know, maybe on your second turn, but she is controller. So this is what we're gonna figure this out in one way or another. Yeah, because since she's a controller, Morgan would put trauma and ability block on her on the ultimate. So I don't know, maybe there's a method to this madness. We'll figure it out once she goes live. And then her passive, Wakandan Spy. On defense up, gain +1 stealth up to a maximum of 5, so Shuri Special will give her another stack of stealth. And while charged on any enemy or War Dog ally's turn, attack the most injured enemy for 100% piercing, ignoring stealth, then lose 1 charge. I figured out. Yeah, now I know what the deal is here. I think I know what they're going for with this. On War Offense, on spawn, gain 1 charge +1 charge per War Dog ally up to a maximum of 10. When a War Dog ally drops to 50% max health, if this character has at least 2 stealth, transfer 1 stealth from this character to the most injured War Dog ally. 30% damage and 50% bonus focus. And then in War Offense, War Dogs gain 30% bonus damage and 50% bonus focus. T4 here, incredibly important, I'd argue. Since she is a war character, this is going to be the most important T4 on her. Attacks the most injured enemy for 350% piercing instead on turn or on enemy or War Dog turn. The way I read this is that the attack is at the start of the turn. And what we've found so far with War Dog testing against Darkhold is that we can get Morgan Le Fay pretty low, but we can't finish her off before she uses her ultimate, and that puts the trauma and ability block and really kind of wrecks us. I think what the goal here is that you're going to basically use Nakia and her passive ability here and this damage to pretty much take out Morgan at the start of the fight, and that'll allow you to go for some other characters. Without Morgan, the Darkhold team falls apart. And the way I read this, and what we found with our testing, and I should have seen this earlier, is that basically the full War Dog team is going to move before Morgan because they're high speed, their damage, and Nakia is just wrecking. They're going to basically kill Morgan at the start of the fight, or they're going to get pretty close to killing Morgan. And once Morgan's dead, there's no bonus speed on the bonus speed bar on the Darkhold team. You're not going to get her time rewind. You still have Agatha and Wong and Doctor Strange, which can all be a problem on Darkhold, but this is going to allow you to pretty much take out Morgan very quickly. And you have Okoye and her, where is it? Yeah, this right here. And this, I think, this is why you're going to put Okoye right next to Nakia. And when Nakia uses her special on this first turn, where she generates ability energy for adjacent War Dog allies, this is going to allow Okoye to use Aerial Impalement on that first turn. This is going to be counter to Dormhold teams, where Okoye will use her ultimate here, clear revive once from Morgan, and this will allow your War Dog team to finish off Morgan and prevent her from reviving. This, I think, is going to be built. This is going to counter Darkhold, but it's also going to be able to beat Dormhold, I think. We'll see how it all pans out, but I think that's what you're going to do. You're going to have Okoye next to Nakia. Nakia uses her special. Okoye clears revive once off of Morgan. You finish off Morgan, and that Dormhold team, again, really starts to fall apart. Obviously, you're going to have issues with Dormammu still, but without Morgan on the field, that team becomes a lot more manageable. So we'll see how that all pans out. Obviously, I think Striker is going to work best for Nakia just because of the attack for 350% piercing. With her high damage, the fact that she is going to get piercing damage on her from the Shadows ability as well, I think Striker is just going to be your best option for Nakia. I can see the appeal of using Raider on her because of like the crits here and gaining stealth and how that will build up from the Shadows as well. I can see the appeal of that. Skirmisher, but see, she's got a lot of bonus focus. I mean, she won't have bonus focus for her basic, but she gets bonus focus on Twin Rings and from the Shadows. So I'm not really worried about needing to run Skirmisher on her for bonus focus. She should be just fine on her own without it. We'll see how it all pans out, but yeah, I'm excited to see how this team performs in War. If this is going to be a true Dormhold counter, if they're going to punch up on it big time, we'll figure out in the future. But let me know what you guys think down below. Are you guys going to be going for Nakia? Probably not, because it's a War character and most people don't like War. But would this be a character you're interested in chasing? What do you guys think about her campaign event? Hopefully we get some clear up on that. I don't think she's going to be paid to play. I think we'll be able to get her pretty easily. Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.